Okay, so very good afternoon, a very good morning, everyone. So already we have completed with our first section. Our first section, three chapters were there in related to your second section. The second section is also consists of three chapters. Okay, so in first chapter, what are the chapters we have discussed? The first chapter is introduction to data analytics. Okay. In second chapter is related to your description, statistics, and analysis. And related to your third chapter is related to data quality and pre-processing. Okay, so these three chapters is related to is consists of is related to your first section. In second section, your section is also consists of three chapters, and based on this, we'll start with the fourth chapter today. So, topic of your chapter is basic data analytics methods using R. Okay, so R is a programming language. So already we have seen the descriptive where using Excel we can generate the pie chart. We can generate the that different types of graphical way we can represent our data. So we data analytics can be also be used by using this R language also. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about this R. Okay. So the books which I have referred for this chapter, that is the Data Science and Big Data Analytics by David Dietrich, Barry Hiller, EMC Education Services Wiley Publication 2012. This is your first book. It is given in your syllabus, that is of test books. Okay, this is one first test book given in your syllabus. And the CO, which is after the end of this chapter, the what you will understand through this chapter, that is the apply. You'll able to student will be able to apply the statistical techniques in the context of the open source R analytic software environment. Okay, so R is a open source. Okay, by using the R software, we can also analyze our data. We can also statistically we can represent our data. Okay, so whatever the theoretical part we are going to study here, we can implement, we can apply in the coding, and we will see how it works. Okay. So let's see one by one. So first one is the first the contents. What are the contents we can see in this chapter? The first is the introduction to R. Under the introduction to R, what are the things we can study? That is the why using R. Next is the features of R, applications of R, and how to install the R. Okay, so these four things we are going to study in the case of your introduction to R. Okay, next point is the GUI of R. Okay, graphical user interface of R, attributes in R, data types in R, basic operations, basic statistics, data structures in R, getting data into and out of R, data visualization using R, that is graphically we see so many things like pie chart, line chart, data exploration and presentation, and last part which you are going to study in this chapter, it is the statistics for model building and evaluation. So these are the points which we are going to study in this chapter. Okay, let's see. So first we'll start with the introduction of R. So see, if we're able to see here, so R is a interpreter, and it's a one type of programming language which was created by the Rose Ihaka and Robert Gentleman at the University of Auckland, New Zealand. Okay. So why this R comes into existence? So R क्यों बोला गया है? It is R is given the name of the software programming language. Why we have given the name? Why they have given the name R as a programming language? Because the person who has created this software, their name has started with using R. Okay, their name is started with R. That's why the name of the software is R. Okay, and this programming language was created at the University of Auckland, New Zealand. And this was developed by the core team of the R development, and the project of designing this software programming language this project was started in the year 1992, and the first version of the R software was released in the year 1995, and the beta version of this, that is the second version of this, as was released in the year 2000. Okay, the first version was released in the year 1995, and this beta version second version was released in the year 2000. Okay, so after that, For what purpose you are using this R language? It is a software environment used to analyze statistical information. That for what purpose you are using this R language? In order to analyze the statistical information. If you are given the numbers, we can represent this statistically. Also, we can also represent graphically, and also we can prepare a report, and also we can model those data. Okay. So these are for these purposes we use this R language now. So let's revise once again. So R was developed was created by the Rose Ihapa and gentlemen at the University of Auckland, New Zealand, and the project was started in the year 1992, where the first version of this programming language was released in the year 1995, and the beta version was released in the year 2000. Okay. And for what purpose you are using this R? For in order to analyze the statistical information, graphical representation and reporting, and also for using for data modeling. So these are for these purposes we are using this R. They developed the R language. Okay. Next is the why we use the R language. Okay, because of these things, because of these reasons, the pre-installation or test trend, integrate with other languages, latest cutting edge technology, platform independent, vast community. Okay, so for these purposes, we normally prefer to use the R. Okay. So see, it is a great source of data analysis, data visualization, data science, and machine learning. So this programming is used for data analysis purpose, data visualization, data science, and machine learning purpose. Okay. It also provides statistical techniques, provides many statistical techniques, like we can test the statistics, classify it, clustering, and data reduction. Okay. Or also you can, it is programming language is also used for reduce the data in order to save the space. Now, it is easy to draw graphs in R like pie charts, histogram, flow, box plots, scatter plots. So see, so by using this R language, we can also represent our data by using these graphical methods. So what are the different graphical methods we can use? Many are there. A few has given here. That is pie chart, histogram, box plot, scatter plot. Okay. Now, and third thing is that it is platform independent. Is what in any platform we can install, because the open source also you can it can install in any platform. It may be Windows, Mac, Linux. It is an open source and free software. License is not required. It is a large community support. Large community is as a multiple more than 10,000 functions are there. Its library is huge library. It has many packages like libraries of functions that can be used to solve different problems. Okay, so it's having a huge library of functions. Okay, so this is about the why we prefer to use the R. Okay, so what are the different why we prefer to use the R? There are various reasons are there. It is used for statistical different graphical methods are there to represent the data. We can this is a platform independent. There is an open source free software, and also it has more than 10,000 functions are there. Library is a consists of more than 10,000 functions are present. Okay, so these are because of these reasons we prefer to use the R. Now, next is the features of R. What are the different features? So let's see what are the different features are there. So these are the many different features are there. So what are the different features are there? Vast community, 2,000 plus free libraries. Learning R is easy, open source. R connects with other language. We can also connect with the other languages. Cross platform is platform independent, excellent graphical output. Okay, so these are the reasons, these are the different features of R. Let's see one by one. The first one is the R is a comprehensive programming language that provides support for procedural programming involving functions as well as object-oriented programming with generic functions. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Whatever the programming you are going to run, it is we can run step by step also. Okay, procedure oriented means step by step we can run the programming also. Okay, also it has consists of 10,000 packages. Okay, more than 10,000 packages is present in the R programming. It is machine independent code, means what it is portable in nature, means what we can whatever the code you are going to run you are going to write, whatever the source code you are going to write, you can use that source code in any different platform. Okay, and it can run. It will run. It facilitates easy debugging of errors in the code. Okay. Next is the R facilitate complex programs with vectors, arrays, data frames, as well as other data objects that have varying sizes. Okay. So what are the different operations we can use in the R programming? That is vectors, arrays, data frames, as well as data objects or data types, different data types we can use. These are the different operations we can use in the R language. Next. R can integrate with other programming languages like C, C++, Python, Java, Fortran, JavaScript. So these are the different programming languages we can integrate with the R. Next is the R provides robust facilitates for data handling and storage. Okay. Next is the R is a cross-platform compatible. R packages can be installed and used on any OS in any software. Means what is the platform independent? Okay. So these are the different features of R. These are the different features of R. Next, what are the different applications of R language? Okay. So where we normally use the R language. Okay. So R can be used for in finance and banking sector, also for detecting the fraud. Also, R is also used by bioinformatics to analyze the genetic sequences like DNA, RNA, DNA. अगर आपको find out करना है in your body, so for this purpose also bioinformatics, genetic sequences. For this purpose also R can be used. Next, also for performing the drug discovery, if a person having the drug in his or her body, you can also discover by using this software. R is also used in social media analysis to discover the potential customer in online advertising. Companies can also use the social media information to analyze the customers' sentiments for making their products better. See, so our language can also be used for designing such apps or where we can collect the feedback from the customer about the product which we sell. Okay, which we are going to say. Okay, so and depends upon this, the customer is given their emotions about the whether they like it or not. So but through this we can also collect the emotions from their related to different customers, sentiments of different customers. Plus, e-commerce companies make use of R to analyze the purchases made by the customer as well as their feedbacks. अभी जो मैंने अभी बोला है, we have used different, we can design different e-commerce companies and normally use their different apps they have designed by using this R. Okay, so this is about the application, different applications where it used. So see here in the diagram also if you're able to see in academics, in healthcare, in government sector, in retailing, in technology, electronics, manufacturing, media, finance, energy, consumption, insurance. These are the different applications where R programming is very much helpful for designing different or we can say is helpful in different sectors. Okay, these are the these are the various sectors where art programming is used, and they can, by using this we can design different applications, different softwares we can design. Okay, now how to install the R. Okay, so for installing the R we require two things, two things we need to install. First one is the R and second one is the R Studio. So these two things we need to install. R and R Studio works together to create a project on R. Okay, so both the things we need to install for if you want to run a project, if you want to create a project. Okay, so first we must know how in which operating system we need to download the, how we are going to install the R or R. So first we are going to see how the R is installed in Windows. Okay, different platforms as अगर आप internet पे जाते हो तो you can see Linux पे कैसे run होता है, Windows पे कैसे आप install करोगे, तो everything is given. So as many of us we are normally using Windows as our platform, so we'll see I'm going to explain you about the how to install in R. Okay, सबसे पहला step क्या है, we first go to the this link. We first go to this link. Okay, let's see. I'll show you just a minute. Just a minute, I'll show you. whatever the link is given to whatever the link is given, or otherwise you just write it down. R Google pe dalo, go to the Google it, okay, and there you just write it down, R, okay, RP download, just write it down, okay. And there, if you're able to see here the second, just a bit, I'll just copy the link first. It will be very easy for you. Just write it down. Okay, you go to this link. You go to this link here. It is given here. Download R 4.2.0 for Windows. Okay, so यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है already. It is given here. You download R 4.2.0 for Windows. Okay, you just click on it. Just click on it. Okay, and it is now downloading here. It is now downloading here. Okay, so in the link is given to in the I have attached the link here. I have already attached the link here. So I'll show you through this how to install it. You see, after installing, what we are supposed to do, if you're able to see the tag, are you able to, is it visible to everyone?
Ma'am, screen is
Okay, yeah, just a minute. I'll just share you. Now it is visible. Now it is visible. Now it is visible to everyone. Yeah. So see, what you're supposed to do. So you go to this link, okay, and there it is written download R 3.6.1 for Windows. Okay, and after that it is also written here for 32 and 64. For both the versions, we can download. You can refer this link. Okay. After that, what you're supposed to do, when we click on this, the downloading starts, and once the downloading is finished, we have to run the setup. Okay. So how you're going to run the setup? You click on the setup, and that whatever the file has downloaded, you click on it, and there it is going to ask you about browse the where you want to save your that file. Okay. After that, click on the next. Okay. After browsing, you click on the next. And in below it, it is also written here at least 2.5 megabit of free disk space is required. Okay, also it is mentioned how much disk space is required for installing this R. Okay, also it is written below it. Things it is required to files message translation. So these are the 4 things it is going to be installed, and it requires 194.3 megabit of disk space. Okay, and after that, no need to do anything. It is automatic. It is by default. It is clicked, and you just need to click on the next button. After that, what you're supposed to do, we have to customize. It is ask for the please specify yes or no or customize. So just whatever it is given, no, accept default. So just accept the default. Click whatever it is no पे आप click कीजिए, जो भी default है वही पे आप click वही रखो. Don't need to customize it. Just directly click on the next. And after that, what you're supposed to do, it starts installing. Okay, it starts installing. After installation has completed, what is it is going to be, you need to be finishing. Okay, and after finishing it, one page comes, one page occur. I'll show you the page, how it looks. How it looks, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you. See, there in the desktop it is, or in the start button also. Just a minute. See, in the, if we'll go to the start button also, there it is mentioned here. Otherwise, I'll show you in the desktop. See here. Is it visible? Is it visible to everyone? Just a minute. Is it visible now? See, this screen occurs. After installing the R, this screen occurs. Okay, after installing the R, this screen occurs. Okay. After that, what you're supposed to do, we need to install the, just a minute. Okay, just a minute, I'll share it to you. It is about the R. Now we are going to install the R Studio. R Studio kya hai? Is the IDE, that is independent environment. Okay. So in order to installing the R Studio, what are the steps are there? We need to go to the, you need to type the R Studio download. कहाँ पे type करना है आपको? Internet में type करना है. Okay. How you're going to type it? I'll just show you. Just a minute. Show you. Okay. Now go back. And here I'm going to write R Studio download. Okay, R Studio download. So see, so this R Studio download ID, this is for 11, 10 or 11. ये जो आपका जो link है, it is given here. That is here, whatever you're going to download, it is applicable for Windows 10 and 11. Okay, and if you are using the Windows 7, for this link is different. So as I have 10 window, so I have installed this one. So what you're supposed to do, so after clicking on it, where you're going to do, where you're going, see here, some are given free and some are given the some need to be paid. Okay, so आप क्या करना है, we need to click here, free में, click here, download, and here you need to press on here, download R Studio, or in below it also it is different platforms are given. For different platforms, links are given. For Windows 10 and 11, for Mac, for Ubuntu, for Fedora, for Fedora 34, for Debian 9, for OpenSUSE 15, for different OS, the different links are given here. Okay, so mind it, the link which is given for the Windows here, it is for 10 or 11. Okay, not for 7. If you are using 7, the links are different. Okay, so see here, you need to go there and you need to click here for downloading. After downloading here, what are the processes are there? I'll show you how you're going to install it. See here. So first, what you're supposed to do, we go there in this website. We go there and click on this download button. After clicking on the download button, what you're supposed to do here, it is written here for 64-bit के लिए यहाँ पे already दिया है. 32 or 64-bit के लिए यहाँ पे दिया है. You need to click on it and you need to install your R Studio software. Okay. After installing, what you're supposed to do, we click on the setup and we go for, this page occurs. Okay, this page occurs and you need to click on the next. After that, what you're supposed to do, after clicking on the next, you'll ask about where you're supposed to store this file, and you browse it, and after that click on the next. It also written here space required and space available. How much space is available and how much space is required also. It is written, given everything. Okay. Now, next. After clicking on the next, what you're supposed to do, to see here, these are the different program shortcuts are given here, which are the different, which is compatible for this. So we need to install it. Okay. And after installing, when the installation is here, if you're able to see, the installation is running. And after the installation, you have to click on the finish button. After clicking on the finish button, these page occurs. I'll show you. I'll show you. The screen is visible to everyone. The screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
So see here. So this is the page. This is the window you are able to see after downloading the Art Studio. And this window consists of 4 panes or small windows. Okay, sub windows are there. Okay, so this is your source window. It is a console window. It is environment or for history purpose. It is used, and this is used for filing where you are going to save, plotting purposes, for packages, different packages, for help, for viewer. So for this, these are the 4 different windows are you were able to see in this page. Okay. So here we can write different programs, and we can also run different programs also. Okay, so these are the different programs you can write here, and whatever we are going to write here, the history is given. It is showing here. Okay, whatever the program you are going to write, history is showing here. It is the different environment of the value, whatever the values we have used, and the based on the values, whatever the values we have assigned for those objects, it is given here. Okay, here whatever we are going to write here, the program is going to be done here in the console. Okay, so this is the 4 windows, 4 panes we are going to study in this. Okay, so let's see. We'll move to the next. So this is the final step where you can able to see the 4 windows. We can use see the 4 windows. Okay, so everybody understood how to install it. Everybody understood how to install it. So for installing the R language, for writing for R languages, we require to install 2 things, R and R Studio. And both the things, if you have, I have written here, see, in your installation also, I have written here in the PPT also. If you're going to install this software, for which window, for which platform, Windows 10 and 11 के लिए ही use होगा. And if you have 7, we need to go for any other. So I have also 7 का भी मेरे पास process है. If you have want to install it, you can come and you can also run it. Or otherwise, if you don't want to, you can also run. You can also learn this R language in W3 School also. Okay, W3 School पे भी आप their compiler is given. You can just write down the program and steps are given there. Read it, learn it, and also you can run different programs there also. Okay, so these are the steps for installing the R and R Studio. Okay, now let's see about the GUI of R. Okay, so after installing the R Studio, you will see the 4 panes. Okay, these are the 4 panes. This is the first source pane. This is your R console pane. This is your environment pane, and this is your plot packages help viewer pane. Okay, so there are 4 panes are given here. Okay, so let's see. In the case of your source pane, this is the first pane. For what purpose you are using this source pane? For what purpose you are using this source pane? This is your source pane. Okay, so for what purpose you are using this source pane? For editing and run the script. Whatever you are going to write down the code, you are for editing purpose and also for run. After clicking on the run, you can run here only. Okay, what about in the case of your R console? This is the R console pane. R console pane में क्या होता है? You can run the command and also output is going to be shown here in the R console pane. Okay, What about in the case of environment pane? In the case of environment pane, there are different parameters. Whatever the parameters we have taken for while writing the code, or whatever the values we have allotted to variables, it is going to be shown here. The size of the variable, the size of values we have allocated, everything it is going to be shown here. Also, there one more part is that history. Okay, environment and history. So history पे क्या होता है? It is going to history of what is the code, whatever the code we are going to write here, that it is going to be saved here. Okay. Now, in the case of your fourth pane, that is plot, packages, and help. If you want to plot a graph, if you're writing a code for plotting a graph, here the plots are going to be shown in the fourth pane. Okay. Also, if you save this code in some folder, the files is also going to be stored here, going to be shown here only. Okay, different packages, help button, viewer button, everything it is going in the fourth pane. So this is the four pane about this is the four different panes. Yeah, it is able to we are able to view after clicking on the if we run the RStudio. Okay, so this is about your GUI of R. And this is very much important in the case of your MCQ point of view. What are the different panes are there? Source pane is where you can create and edit the R script for collection of code. R script is and extension for saving this code is .r. Okay. What is the extension for saving that whatever the code you're going to write, that is .r. Next is the each tab represents a different R script file. So tab means what? So if you're able to see here, this is the first tab, this is the second tab, this is the third tab. Just a minute, I'll show you. See here, these are the different tabs are given here. These are the different tabs are given here. See, this is the first tab, this is the second tab. Every tab consists of different programming. Whatever the programming you're going to run, to see different tabs are given at the upper side. Is it visible to everyone? Tabs are visible. Tabs are visible to see here. Different tabs are given here. When you click on the different tabs, different programming comes into existence. Whatever the program you have written earlier or you have saved in your folder, in the folder of R. Okay. Now next. Console pane. Console pane भी क्या होता है? It's a heart of R. It is present at the bottom left of the window. At the bottom left of the window, it is a command window where R actually evaluates the code. Where whenever you're going to run the code, whatever the output will be, it will going to be shown in this console code. Okay. And the console also show the code. You can also write the code in the console also. Okay. By using this prompt symbol. Okay. You can also write down the code in the console pane and also run in the console pane by using this prompt. Following two tests, environment क्या करता है? Displays all your data, variables, user defined in the code editor or directly in the console. Okay, तो console पे लिख रहे हो या source pane पे लिख रहे हो. Okay, so whatever the variables we have taken, whatever the values we have allotted for the very different variables, whatever the functions you have used for run those code, so for everything it is going to be shown in the environment. Okay, history पे क्या होता है? A list of your command history, whatever the command you have written, it is the history, it is going to be stored in the history table. Okay, now. And the fourth pane is the files, plots, packages, and help. This your fourth pane is used for four purposes. Four purposes, that is file. File मतलब होता है कि आपका file कहाँ पे save है. Whatever the programming you are going to run, you have to save that file. Okay, तो कहाँ पे save है, कौन से folder पे save है, it is going to show here. Plot. But if you want to plot those, if you want to plot a graph, if you want to represent your data graphically, so that plot, it is going to be shown in a fourth pane. Packages. What are the packages are there in our program? It is going to be, if you click on this, you will be able to see what are the different packages are there. If you go to click on the help button, you can also see you can take the help from this. If you click on this, and you can, if you want to help, take the help from this related to, if you have any query, you can go to press on the help, and you can it will help you out. Okay, so these are the 4 purposes your 4th pane is used. Okay, see here you can open file, view plot, install and load packages. Also, you can read the main pages and view markdown and other documents in the viewer tab. The files का purpose is a working directory. कहाँ पे है आपका directory means what? Where your files are saved. Okay, where the folders are there. It is going to show you the folder where your files are saved. Different programming files are saved. Plot, different types of plots. You can after clicking on the run button, if you want to plot those data in through, if you want to represent your data graphically, so yeah, the plot is going to be you need to click on the plot and it will show you the plot. Packages, different groups of functions. Packages, it is going to be showing you after you're going to click on the packages. And last one is the help. I'll show you. See here, if you click on the file, see, if you click on the file, if you click on the file, so it will show you the list of directories. Okay, if you click on the art, here I have made a folder of program where different programs I have written and run, and I have saved here. Okay, if you're able to see here, you just click here and the code will come here. You click another one, it will come here. See. Okay, so different, this is the directory. If you go to the plot, different plots are, I have not written a single plotting related programming, that's why it is not showing here anything. So if you write anything, any plot related programming, it will show you the plot here. Okay, packages, so these are the packages are there present in the R language. These are the list of packages we show here. Okay, if you go to the help button, so different help, whatever you want to take the help, it is given here. If you need to take, you need to do. So these are the different purposes this 4th pane is used. Okay, the 3rd pane is used for environment and history purpose. Okay, second pane is the console pane where you can run the code. Also, you can write the code also. Okay, and your source pane is used for editing and creating the code. Okay, and here the run button is present. Click here and here output comes. Here output comes. Okay, just run. Also, you can run step by step also wherever you're going to write. If you place the cursor here, if you place the cursor here in the first line and click here, run. Automatically your only first line is going to be run. If you click on the second, only your second line is going to be, output is of second is going to become. If you're going to click on last line, if you click on the last line, only the last line output will become. And if you want to run the complete programming, you need to select all and press on the run button. You see complete programming, complete program is going to be done here and output is given. Any query? Any query here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this way we can run, we can see how it works, and it's very interesting. If you have a time where learn different languages, it's a very good language. I find it very interesting. At least I need to, at least base you need to be clear. Okay, and just like Python. Okay, and you find it very much easier. At least learn it. It is easy for you also. If you don't want to install, you can also practice in W3 School also. Okay, so